exciting one. I just literally just plop myself down to film literally right now. I didn't even move anything out of the way, so let's move that. So I just got in the mail the brand new Venice Fling Estate Cosmetics and Bailey Sarian palette, and I'm so excited to try this on my eyes. It comes in this outer sleeve packaging like this. It has the same packaging as the actual palette. I just think it's so pretty and summery. I really tried to say no to this palette, but I freaking love Bailey Sarian, and I was like, I have to have something that she comes out with, and this is her first collab, and I'm so excited for her. So I was like, I kind of need to pick this up. So this is what it looks like. And then inside we get a really nice mirror, and then it comes with 9 beautiful big eyeshadow pans. Like, look how big these are. I guess girl was like, I need my followers to have some product in this palette, which I really can appreciate. So we have some really nice mix of some really everyday neutral tone mattes, and we have some really pretty shimmers. I didn't even swatch this yet. I wanted to try this out for the first time with you guys on camera, so that's what we're gonna do right now. I just want to get my shit together, so we're about to try this out together, and I'm super excited. So I'm just going to pull my hair back. I thought there was like more of like a peachy color in this palette, but I might try maybe this red shade right here today. I'm not really sure. Yeah, maybe we'll do that because I want to use Ocean Avenue, but I'd rather use that on my inner corners. So I just want to use the palette today to get a real feel of the shades. I've never tried Estate Cosmetics before, so I'm really excited. I'm just going to prime my eyes real quick with my Smashbox primer, and then we'll get in. Okay, and then for my lips, I'm going to go in with the Colourpop Luxe Lip Oil in the shade, well, in the clear one, which is called Dewdrop. And I've been loving this to apply before like I do my eyes because it's really nice and nourishing, and this has been like my go-to product for that lately. And then I'm just going to set my eyes, and then we'll get into the palette. I just want to grab my brushes that I'm going to use. Okay. Okay, cool. So let me just set my eyes real quick. I feel like new makeup is like the only thing that's like kind of lifting my spirits right now because I'm kind of going through something. But I am really excited to try this palette. It is weird, like last year when I lost Remy, I had bought the Lion King palette from Luminous Cosmetics, and then I bought the Natasha Denona Sunset palette, and then this past week I had the Winky Lux palette to try out, and now I have this palette. So I'm just really excited to try this out. So we're going to go into some of the mattes now, and the first shade I'm going to use is this peachy shade right here called Bonfire. And as soon as I was thinking about what I was going to do for this look, I knew I wanted to use this in the crease first. And these look like really super soft shadows. They kind of remind me of the layout of the Give Me Glow palette, so I wasn't really sure if I wanted this palette, to be honest. It kind of reminded me too much of that palette, of the Extra Spicy palette, I mean. But I didn't realize in person it's actually a lot less vibrant than I thought it was. It's actually way more like wearable, but you can also do like a pop of color, like the purple, and the yellow is really pretty too. Like, there's still neutral shades, but they're not too neutral, so you can kind of amp up your look a little bit. And like she said, she really was trying... this I find I have to build up quite a bit, so just keep that in mind. It's not like full-on pigment when you first put it on. But for what she was explaining to go for with this palette was that... she said that she wanted to appeal to the Ipsy audience because this palette was a going to be an Ipsy bag exclusive for the month of August, but you could also purchase it separately on Estate Cosmetics. And I unsubscribed from, yeah, this does take some building up, but it does blend out really nicely. But I do find I have to dip into it quite a few times. I unsubscribed from Ipsy a while back. I know that they have come out with other bags like the Ipsy Glam Bag Plus, and I forget what the bigger one is called. Supreme or something. I'm not really sure what it's called. And I know that obviously like this palette would be included in one of those boxes, but I just like, for me, I feel like subscription boxes would really overwhelm me. So I just have not resubscribed to any subscription boxes in I don't know how long. Ipsy was the only one I was really subscribed to. My sister actually told me about Birchbox and she was getting it at the time. And then I found, you know, that like a lot of people were unhappy with Birchbox. But I think most people now use Ipsy or are subscribed to Ipsy and BoxyCharm. So, but I heard BoxyCharm is losing a lot of customers too, because I've seen their boxes lately and a lot of people have been unhappy with them. So, oh well. So anyway, now I'm going to go into the orangey shade, which is called Rose Tattoo. And I'm going to take that in my crease. I kind of wish there was more of like a, you know, orangey shade in here, like for the lids, just because like I do like doing like these kind of looks. Well, this is not, okay. Did I accidentally not pick up the right shade? Did I just pick up the same shade again? Okay, that's more like it. I kind of am getting very fall vibes from this already. And I thought it was going to be like a warmer look, but it's really pretty. I really like it. Yeah, I do find these mats are more buildable. They're not really like one and done, like super pigmented, which I kind of like because they're not super hard to blend. You just need to build them up in the crease. But I also think that's good for someone that is, you know, a beginner and is kind of afraid of going with too much pigment because, you know, they're not very good at blending yet. So I do think that that's a good thing, that it's more of a buildable formula. Okay, so now for the outer corners, I'm going to go into the shade Toasty. I'm not sure if this is going to be dark and deep enough for me, but I still want to use it to see. Oh yeah, that's pretty. I mean, it doesn't have to be too deep. I might go into Venice Fling just to deepen it up more, but I do like that. I might even make this a halo eye and put this on the other side too. And then just put like Puppy Love right in the center. Let's see. So I've also been eyeing stuff on the Colourpop website, and I really need to get off of the Colourpop website because for some reason, like, I have this urge to buy all the palettes that I've really been wanting. But then I'm just like, Caitlin, you just got another new palette. Like, you really don't need more Colourpop palettes. But like the Flutterby palette I skipped on this spring and now I still want it. And the California Love palette I really wanted to be my summer palette from Colourpop. Because that's what I should do, is just purchase one per season from Colourpop. Then I feel like I wouldn't be, you know what? Yeah, I am going to go into Venice Fling, which is that darker shimmer. That's not really picking up that well. That's better. Okay, that's pretty dry, actually. It's not really picking up. Let's try it on this side. That's a little bit dusty. It's pretty, but it's not really doing anything. So I think I'm just going to leave the outer corners alone because I kind of like how they're like lighter. For me, usually I do like to deepen them up more, but I'm not like completely in love with the matte formula. It's a little bit soft for me, but it's a good formula. We'll see how the shimmers are. So I'm just gonna put some glitter glue on my lid real quick. Okay, so I decided to just go in with the regular shimmer. I mean, just like the lightest shade. So I'm gonna go in with Ocean Avenue because I swatched that one and it's really pretty. I mean, I guess I could mix the Puppy Love and the Ocean Avenue together, maybe. Let's see. Ooh, that's a pretty combo. Yeah, maybe I'll just do that. Okay, so I'm gonna take Puppy Love first, just because I think this is a little bit too red for this. But those shimmers are really nice and smooth. I do like the shimmer formula, I think, more than the matte formula. But I just think that this is too red for what I'm going for. And then what I'm gonna do is take Ocean Avenue and put that over it. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, that created a pretty shade. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay, and then we'll do that on the sign. I'm not sure about this matte formula because it's not deep enough for the outer corners for me. And I feel like that Venice Fling shade just didn't really pick up at all. Okay, and then I'm gonna put the Ocean Avenue again over it. I do like how these shimmers are more dry. They're still pigmented though, so I do like that. And they seem to apply really nicely. Like, those are pretty. That is a nice shimmer. Yeah, I like that combo. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty. I just don't know if I'm gonna deepen up the outer corners more. I mean, I feel like once I go in more with the Toasty shade, it doesn't really do much. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go in with something else. Let me see if I pick this up with my finger and then blend it out. Maybe that'll help. I just find that this shade is pretty hard to pick up. It's pretty dry. But that did help add some definition. Okay, that works with my finger. I just find that I'm not going to do that every time, but I do want to work with the palette today to see how it is. Again, I've never tried their formula, so I've never even really... I think I've heard of them before, Estate Cosmetics, but I just have never been interested in the brand. But since they were coming out with something with Bailey Sarian, I was like, I have to have it. But I just feel like this is a very powdery... Okay, sorry, I didn't realize that it stopped recording. So I'm just going to pop on Hear Me Out real quick from Colourpop just to have a brow bone highlight. But I did go and add a little bit of Cloud 9 from Colourpop, which is just a single shadow. And it did help define the outer corners more, so I do think that looks better after I wiped the fallout away, because like I couldn't see like what I was doing. So I do think that looks better for now. So now let's move on to the face. Now I'm just gonna prime. I'm gonna use my MAC Prep and Prime. And then for primer, I just have this in front of me, so I'm just going to use it. I don't feel like getting up again, so I'm just going to use my Catrice. I have been using the Baby Skin from Maybelline for the past couple of days. But since this isn't in front of me, I don't feel like getting up again. Okay, and then I'm probably going to end up using this one up this year, along with the Baby Skin, hopefully. Maybe. I'm not sure, but I've used that one up before. Okay, so for my face, I'm going to use the Colourpop. For my foundation, I'm going to use the Colourpop No Filter Stick Foundation in the shade Fair 05W, just because I felt like using a stick foundation today, if I could talk. And then I'm going to use the Hourglass Sponge from Colourpop to blend it in. I love this sponge. I've been using this for like the past week since I tried it. Like when the power was out, I was using like a new sponge every day because I couldn't really clean my sponges properly because we didn't have any hot water. I didn't clean them until like, I think Friday night, just so they wouldn't get bad, but like it was cold water, but I had to clean them. So yeah, that kind of sucked. But I just didn't feel like wearing a liquid foundation today, and I've been wearing the Pretty Fresh foundation from Colourpop, like, to work a lot. That's usually my work foundation now because I love it so much. It's so lightweight and easy to wear for like a few hours of work. So I've been wearing that like almost every time I work now. I've only been working like 2 days a week, so I'm only working 1 day a week. 1 day this week. And then next week is my birthday already. In like 10 days. Like, I feel like August is going by faster than any other month. It's kind of crazy. I'm going to put a little bit more over here. God, I forgot how much I love this foundation too still. I still stand by my claim that I think that the Pretty Fresh foundation is like the best Colourpop foundation they've ever come out with. I love it so much. But the No Filter Stick foundation is still really, really good. It's good for everyday wear as well. It's not as full coverage as the liquid foundation is. And then for concealer, I'm going to go in with the coinciding No Filter concealer in the shade Fair 02. Most people that don't love like Colourpop's small pans or eyeshadows and stuff like their liquid products, and I would highly recommend their liquid products. They are actually really, really good. Like their foundations, their concealers, they just know what they're doing, honestly. I've seen a lot more positive reviews about the stick foundation and the new tinted moisturizer and the new Pretty Fresh tinted moisturizer and foundation. But like with the No Filter foundation, it got such a bad rep because of Tati's video that like no one really wanted to get it. And I'm just like, you can't base it on one review. And then like, I love it. So I don't know why it got so much hate. I thought it was a great foundation. And then I'm just going to put that underneath my eyes real quick. All right, we should be done really soon. I'm just going to finish blending that out. And then for setting my under eyes and stuff, I'm going to use my Maybelline Fit Me powder. If I could find my brush. Because my Hourglass powder has just been a little bit hard to get out of the packaging. Because like the sifter just is kind of hard to get the rest of the product out of there. But I've been really enjoying this powder again. I might pick up a new powder soon because like I literally only have like 3 powders in my collection. But I really like this powder a lot, so I can just use this for a while. Okay, and then for the just to set my face, I'm going to use the Flower Beauty powder, of course. What else do I use? Like, what's new? Honestly. Have I used anything else? Not really. I love this powder so much. And then I'm just going to set my face with my Colourpop Pretty Fresh. I love this too. It's so hydrating. And then I'm just going to grab like eyeliner and stuff. Okay, so for the rest of my eyes, I'm going to go back into the palette again. And I'm just going to use, if I could find my brush, that'd be great. I'm just going to use probably that Ocean Avenue shade again, and I'm just going to pop that on my inner corners. I want to see how it is by itself. Oh yeah, that's gorgeous. Yeah. That's so pretty. Wow. I'm glad I mixed those 2 shades together, so it kind of like created a little bit of a contrast between the shimmer on my eyes and the shimmer on my inner corners. Like, I feel like when I see other people use like the same shade, I feel like I need the contrast of like 2 different shades. It just like turns out brighter for me, I feel like. Like, I don't know if you know what I mean. Like, if I'm using like a lid shade, I can't put the same shade on my inner corners. Like, it has to be like a little bit different for me. Or I feel like it's just doesn't give me enough of a pop on the inner corners. I feel like I did not take my concealer high enough up here. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I like that. All right, and then for the lower lash line, maybe I'll pop a little bit of that yellow on the inner corners too. I'm kind of tempted to use it. Ooh, that is gorgeous. It adds a little bit of gold too. You know, I should have mixed the gold and this color together, Ocean Avenue. The yellow is called Soul. And I'm just popping that on the inner corners. That is so gorgeous. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty. Okay, and then I'm just going to smudge on the lower lash line. If I could find my brush. All right, I guess I could just use this one. I'm going to use the shade. I mean, I kind of just want to use Bonfire again, so I'm just going to go into that because I feel like Tan Lines is a little bit too cool tone for this. I might go in with a little bit of it too. This brush is still like super stiff from when I used it or when I cleaned it, so let me just go into this one because I feel like this one's not really doing much. Yeah, this one's better. God, I feel like these do not want to pick up. The heck? Okay, that's better. All right, I really want to leave soon. Like, I feel like this is taking too long. I had to go get the palette out of the mailbox, and my dad locked the door. And when I came back, I was like, Dad, if I was going anywhere, I would have locked the door behind me if I was actually going somewhere. Like, I just went down the driveway to get the mail, and he locked the door. And it's like, half the time, my dad and my brother will leave the door unlocked when they, like, go somewhere. They'll just leave it unlocked because they'll forget to lock it, or they'll come back inside and they'll forget to lock it. But it's like, if I do anything, they'll lock the door. And it's like, why is it the one time you'll decide to lock the door is when I'm outside doing something? All right, so I think that's pretty much every shade that I want to go in with from the palette right now. And then I'm just going to, because I feel like I got some eyeshadow in my eyes. I'm just going to line my eyes with my Maybelline brown liner as per usual. I don't get this in my eyes too. I still love these liners the most out of any liners that I've ever tried. These are by far the easiest to use. And they just glide on the waterline, and they're so comfortable to put on the waterline. I wish that they came out with more shades, because I would buy every single color. Like, I wouldn't buy any other liner. And now I'm just going to coat my lashes with the L'Oreal Telescopic mascara, the most expensive mascara in the drugstore, I feel like, because it's so freaking expensive. It's freaking $15, but I wanted it back in my life because I hadn't had it again for like a couple of years because I just didn't want to spend the money on it again. But I like how this look turned out. It looks really pretty, actually. It came together. The shades actually blended pretty nicely together. Sometimes you have to like do all your eye makeup first, and I feel like that's how Bailey Sarian is that it looks like a hot mess in the beginning, but then the end result always like turns out good. I mean, she always thinks that it turns out bad, and I'm just like, Bailey, like, you turn hot messes into freaking masterpieces. Like, her makeup is always so beautiful. And I'm really proud that she has been able to come this far. She, like, really makes me laugh. And, like, if I'm ever, like, sad about something, I love watching her videos because even though she's talking about, you know, like, murder and mystery and stuff, somehow she still has a way to make you laugh about something. And I feel like that's what makes her unique and special to be in this position to have such a great opportunity, because I feel like her personality is just like what people love about her. Like, but I think she's amazing at makeup too, but she really does make me laugh. So I'm just so happy for her. Okay, and now I'm just going to do the rest of my face real quick. And then just for bronzer, I'm going to go into my other trusty dusty, which is my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Again, I've been using this a lot in the summer because I've been trying to use it up. But Physicians Formula is like the most expensive brand in the drugstore besides L'Oreal. I feel like even Maybelline has more decent prices than L'Oreal. L'Oreal's expensive. Like, Maybelline, like I said, has the whole Maybelline Fit Me line, which is a lot cheaper than like their other products. But I still feel like Maybelline is a little bit more reasonable than L'Oreal. But L'Oreal is the biggest makeup company in the world besides Estee Lauder. I feel like they're like the Estee Lauder of the drugstore. I feel like a lot of people have said that probably before, but that's how I feel about them. I mean, they pretty much are. They own, like, Giorgio Armani. Like, they own a lot of big brands. Why is my hair giving me problems? Okay. So, for my blush, I'm gonna go into a newer blush because I still wanted to try newer stuff on camera with you guys. I have used this a couple times, but I haven't filmed like a first impressions video in like a month, and a lot of the times I'm trying new products on like lives with Brittany or lives on my YouTube channel. So sometimes I don't really give you my thoughts on camera. So I want to go into this new blush that I got from Colourpop, if I could open it. Sometimes these are hard to open. So this is part of the Wild Nothing collection. And a lot of people were saying that this collection was like a Coachella collection. So this is the shade Wayfarer. So I got the peach shade. The like more nudie shade was sold out. But I figured that I could just get this. I don't know why my throat's so dry. Sorry. I figured I could just get this because I knew I would wear this every day. I'm just going to apply that. I really have been loving this blush. I've used it a couple times already, and I really like the formula. It's really nice and pigmented, but it's also like super soft, which that's why I love Colourpop blushes, but also like this is such an, like, I think this has like even a softer formula than their blushes in the past, and I really am enjoying it. I just feel like I put a little bit too much on this side, so I'm trying to put it on this side too. Okay, and then we'll jump into highlight because I haven't figured out which one I want to use yet. Okay, and then for highlight, I haven't used this in a while, and I was like, maybe I'll use this. So I'm going to use the Becca Light Chaser highlighter in the shade Trade. In this shade, Champagne Dream Flashes Bellini. This was part of like the like one of the, what was it? Like, I think Christmas collections. I mean, I never thought that this one honestly really packed too much of a punch, to be honest. So they didn't really do that well. Like, I still feel like Becca's regular highlights definitely pack more of a punch on your face. Like, I feel like this is not doing anything. Like, it's still like, it's supposed to be like a duochrome highlight, but I feel like it's still too soft. Like, do you see, like, it doesn't really do much? Like, it's not really reflecting that much color. So I might grab good old Champagne Pop and just pop that over it, which I think is what I'm going to do. Because that's not really giving me enough. That's why I don't ever really use it, because, and it was not a cheap highlight, so, but I haven't used Champagne Pop in a while, and if you guys watched me like a while back, Champagne Pop used to be my shit. Like, I used the crap out of this, so I'm going to go ahead and use this, and I feel like this is just going to completely transform that dullness. Champagne Pop is just a good highlight. Like I said before, Becca's regular highlight formula is so good. Like, that definitely kicked it up more. But I do like that it kind of like just gave a little bit of a pop and didn't like completely overpower it. But do you see how much brighter that is? So good. Okay, guys. So I just, sorry. I just set my face again with the Pretty Fresh spray, and then I just filled in, I just brushed through my brows with a spoolie and set them with my brow gel. So now for my lips, I'm just going to fill in my lips entirely with Lime Crime's Platform Lip Liner. I don't know why these are already like kind of smelling bad. They're not even that old. Like, I bought these like only a couple months back when they were like on super sale. It's so funny how like my lip preferences have really changed. I used to be all about liquid lipsticks, and now I'm like, give me a lightweight lipstick any day of the week over a liquid lipstick. Like, I only really wear liquid lipsticks now when I'm going to work and I have to wear a mask. It's just the easiest thing for me to wear, so it doesn't transfer everywhere and doesn't get all over the inside of the mask. Or I'll wear it for like twice, basically like only twice this summer, because we had a barbecue in July for 4th of July and we had a barbecue in May for Memorial Day, and that was really it. And those were mostly outside, so, and then really the only other times I'm gonna wear them is like for my birthday next week. So, all right, so once we have that, excuse me, once we have that filled in, I'm gonna take the new Colourpop Luxe Lip Oil. Because again, I haven't really used this on camera either. And this is the shade Skinny Dip, and I'm going to apply this all over my lips. I used this on like an Instagram story and I fell in love with the formula, so I really want to use it today. And that's pretty much it, you guys. Okay, you guys, so this is the finished look. I actually really like how the end result turned out. I didn't think I was gonna love the way that they were blending, but as I'm looking at the eyeshadow now, I do think it looks really, really pretty. I feel like it's very, very fall, but I still really like how it turned out. I kind of like that I layered the shimmers, and I did the red and then the Ocean Avenue shade over it, and then the inner corners I did Ocean Avenue and Soul, but I should have layered them on the lid and then put Ocean Avenue on the inner corners, but it's fine. I think it looks really pretty still. And then I'm glad I went with an oldie but a goodie highlight. And then the blush, of course, I really have been loving. It's become like my new favorite everyday blush. And then for the lips, I'm obsessed with this formula, the Colourpop lip oils. These are amazing. I kind of have been stalking their website to try and get more. I really feel like I should have picked up the full set from the collection. So anyway, thoughts on the palette. I do really like this palette so far. Is it absolutely revolutionary? No. Do you have colors like this? No. But I think, no. Yes, you probably think it's interesting that we have some pops of color, but we also have some really nice everyday neutral shades. So I'm going to keep on playing around with the palette and let you guys know what I think. But I tried to use a lot of the shimmers in this look today too. So I used like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 7 shades, because I did try to use this one on the outer corners. Again, I did have to deepen up the outer corners a little bit with Cloud 9, but again, the end result, I really do like this palette so far. I really like how the mattes blended. Again, you do have to build them up more. They're not like super pigmented like the Gimme Glow formula, but I'm actually really happy I picked this up. I'm really excited to do more looks again, and I just couldn't resist picking up something with Bailey Sarian because I absolutely love her and I wish her all the best with this. And I really hope they restock it because I'm just really excited to play around with it more. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know what I thought of this. I haven't done a first impressions video since I got the Gimme Glow palette, because when I did my first impressions on the Winky Lux palette, I did a live with Brittany and she was doing her first impressions on her paint palette from Gimme Glow. So I'll probably use this in a live with her later this week. But yeah, that is pretty much it, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media. Let me know if you guys have picked up this palette. What do you guys think of Bailey Sarian? Do you even know who she is? Do you love her? Do you hate her? Like, let me know. But I really love her. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I love you guys. Bye. Oh, I didn't do a close-up. Here are the eyes, the cheeks, and the lips. So I really love how it turned out. So yeah, bye.